Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's collective reading for the week of December 4th through the 10th. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot reading for soul illumination. So hi, everyone, and welcome. Now, this is going to be a somewhat quick read where we're going to be taking a look at the general energy for the week ahead. So this is collective. It's basically just giving us kind of a roadmap of energy as to what we can expect. And then I'll be looking at an area of curiosity as to where we should be opening ourselves up this week. I'll be looking at an area of courage where we need to have courage to take action. And then I'll be looking at a point of contemplation to kind of ground this reading as we move into the week. All right, so let's jump right in here. Let's see, what is the theme we can expect for the week ahead? December 4th through the 10th. Hope you've all had a wonderful weekend. I am just returning from a trip to Williamsburg, Colonial Williamsburg with my family. And it was a wonderful time. Hope you all did something fun on your weekend as well. Let's see, what wants to come in for us here? What can we expect for the week ahead? Now, for those of you who are catching this and you're new to my channel, I do have individual sign readings up as well for each sign. I usually post about one a month per sign. So if you're interested in getting individual sign readings, you can hop on over there, or you can subscribe to the channel. All right, so we have By the Book, number 11. Now, number 11 in numerology is a number that really represents walking through a doorway. There's always a sense of it, kind of that implied we have to have faith to walk through this doorway between what is currently and what can be when we have confidence in co-creating with spirit. But I always find it interesting with this card, with the number 11 kind of being in alignment with By the Book, because we don't often think of kind of opening the doorway to something new or expansive in our life, or something that might maybe even feel a little risky, by simply going by the book. But what I love with this is there's a sense that comes through with By the Book of just kind of, this week, it's like, don't stray out of your lane. We don't have to go above and beyond. It's not about trying to find that thing that is out of left field. It's really just about going through the day-to-day motions, doing what you need to. And sometimes when we're focused like that, of like, okay, today, this is the 3 tasks I have to complete. Or it can be even where we kind of fall in line, as you see with the elephants here, you fall in line with maybe listening to your boss at work instead of feeling like you have to go above or around them. Or it's almost like just saying, know your place, know the tasks that have to get done, and do them. And in doing so, that sometimes can actually open the door to so much more, because we're having faith in the process. That's the biggest thing that's coming through here, faith in the process. Now, I am going to go ahead and read just the initial little description here that comes with this card to kind of give us a broader understanding of this card. So let's see here. It says, essential meanings: abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, universal laws. It says, Oracle's message: the universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework of human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings in turn have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them, rather than being the rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules, even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws, and it will be easier to go by the book at this time. So there really is a sense of faith in the process this week. And that could look like, where you would normally question something or normally maybe break a rule. You say, you know what, this week, I'm going to just go with it. I'm going to drive the speed limit. I'm going to just take what my boss says at face value, that kind of thing. It's knowing your role. And in a way, sometimes when we embrace structure or we embrace kind of the role that we play in a certain setting, the more we truly embrace it, the more we actually fully step into the energy, the most positive energy of that. It could be like, I'm really embracing this week that I'm a parent, and I'm going to be the best parent, and I'm going to take the lead from that place, and it's something like that where, it could be very meaningful to your children that you're present as their parent this week, something along those lines. Okay, so now I'm going to pull a card here. We're going to take a look at where Spirit would like us to use the power of curiosity to help open us up to something. This is where we're being asked, can you open yourself up in this area or to this theme? Where can you stay curious this week? Okay, so we have, that's a little too many. I like to try to just get one or two. That was 4 or 5. Let's see, where can we? Interesting though, that one card that came up, I did see it. It was Wisdom. That had an elephant on it. So there's a theme of elephants. That could be something that, for someone watching, is a sign or a symbol. But there is a sense with elephants that they do have a very structured family hierarchy. Everyone knows their place. Everyone is very much respected. Oh, still something. I guess I'll take up. I think there's 3 here. We can go with 3. But there's also a sense, again, of them really understanding their roles. Oh, so many. Let's try again. Sorry, guys. I might just split the deck and pick one that I feel intuitively called, because sometimes we have too many cards, the message can get to be a little muddled. But elephants also have that strong, they're known for their wisdom, right? They're known for their memories. They're known for really being able to tap into that. Okay, you know what? Since I've spent all that time talking, here's the elephant again. We are going to go ahead and work with the energy of the elephant spirit. Learn from the past, number 25. That breaks down to the number 7, which is also our direct connection to, in numerology, a direct connection to spirit. That is actually also having confidence in the self, in the understanding that we are part of a divine design, and that we are co-creating with spirit through that intimate connection. Now, when you think about elephant spirit, learn from the past. Where can we be curious about this week when we're thinking about having to kind of conform, when we're doing stuff by the book, when we're kind of knowing our place and understanding that and fulfilling that? How can we really integrate and be curious as to maybe where we didn't do that in the past, and maybe where it got us in trouble, maybe where it could have actually been a repeat behavior? I can look at myself. I'm a person who likes to kind of push against the system or rules. And I can definitely say that there are times when we do need to step in line, and we do need, laws are here to truly protect us. Or where it's good to listen to the guidance of someone who is in a different role than you. And there are times to lead, and there are times when we must be led. And so there's that sense here of really kind of learning, hey, maybe in telling myself, I'm not going to push against the new initiative my company puts out this time. You realize, gosh, I've done that every other time in every other place I've worked in. And where did it get me except feeling frustrated, or that kind of thing. There could be a sense of a realization of either a pattern of behavior, or it could be now where you're just learning to be more present in the moment as you are. this could be learning from, a past version of yourself where you realize, wow, I've grown into this new role I'm playing. But opening yourself up, where can you be curious about maybe where you can integrate a lesson this week with regards to your current kind of role, either in your family, in society, at work, or where maybe, again, you've always kind of pushed against the system and where now it might be better, you might have a better ability to support what's going on currently in your life through maybe being the one that kind of takes a step back. There's also that underlying theme as well when we think about the higher vision of this and kind of what's going on in our world. When we think about by the book and having faith in that, larger divine organization, the divine design that, naturally leads to harmony, even though there seems to be periods of chaos. The learning from the past is where can we be curious about learning from past times where there has been chaos? When we think of, strife and tribulation throughout the human experience, where can we really understand the bigger picture? That yes, we may be going through something that's very difficult, but in the larger scheme of things, can we have faith that what's happening around us has a place, has a purpose? Okay. Now we're pulling a card here for the concept of courage. So this is where Spirit would like us to have the courage to take action in surrendering something. Ooh, I like this card. It says, surrender your attachment to results. It says the formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. Now, I like that when we think about having the courage, to kind of go with the flow. This can be where we've been maybe pushing so hard to make something, this, like, let's say this is a work project and you want the outcome to be a specific way. But there is someone who's maybe a lead project manager, and that's not you. And they're telling you that the result may be different, or you may feel that the result might be different if they don't listen to exactly what you're saying. And this may be that week where you realize, you know what, I've done all I can. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. That can almost be where this week you're like, I've done my work. I gave them, my boss, the information, or the project manager the information, and now I just have to sit back and maybe release a little bit of that, micromanaging element of myself, and I'm going to just let them complete the project, and we'll see what happens. And there could be that sense of, in doing so, maybe at the end of it, you realize the project comes to fruition exactly as it was meant to. And in the process, you got a chance to maybe have a little breathing room. It wasn't you having to work overtime. It wasn't you having to fight the fight. It was your project manager that had to pick up that burden this week. There could be a sense of that. It can also be too, when we're thinking about, especially taking this up to a higher level on a global scale, that we may want specific results in the moment. We want everything to be peaceful. We want everybody to be happy. We want, and we can take this down into the finite, the micro in our household. We want everybody to be happy. We want everybody to be well fed and feel comfortable and whatever, and safe and secure. But sometimes we can only do what we can do, right? And we also can't control others in this experience. So there's a sense of kind of just saying, I'm doing all that I can, I've done what I can, or I'm going to look at the world at large, and everybody is also, I have faith that everybody is doing what they can in the power that they have to enact change or to control situation. And I'm going to just have faith that ultimately, with my intention set towards something positive, that will be the larger resonance of how everything moves towards harmony or balance, order. So keep that in mind. And it's kind of hard to kind of go from macro to micro, but there's definitely that feeling coming through here of this kind of being shown on a larger, grander scale for us kind of out into the world, and then us kind of looking at how we can look at that in our own life as well. How can we let go of, and have faith that everything will, as long as we're doing what we should, we're stepping into our responsibility, into our role, we're following the rules, all of that, then we should expect that the results will be what they should and will be to the best that they can be. Okay, so for our final point of contemplation, we had multiple cards that came out, but I'm going to specifically pull just this one because that one is the one that affirmatively came out on the board. So we have Imrama. It says, where are you being called to journey to? So this is a point of contemplation as far as something to keep in mind throughout this week as a point of meditation. This can even be if you have, a yoga practice or you get on the treadmill for 20 minutes. To keep this in mind, where are you being called to journey to? Because we are all on a journey towards something, and we all have a place and a role to fulfill in our life experience, a destiny for us to meet. And this would be it's almost like this week we all get a chance to take the week off. Now, I don't mean you don't have to get out of bed or take care of your family or go to work. I mean, we all get to just stop pushing so hard, or stop trying to prove ourselves, or stop trying to find the easier way, or sometimes the more difficult way. There's a sense here of just kind of falling in line and going through our day-to-day tasks with the realization that the universe, with the faith as well, that the universe does have a divine design that goes towards order, harmony, and harmony. Specifically, that there's a sense of these two things balance. There may be chaos and disruption, but ultimately it'll be balanced out by order and harmony. So as we're able to kind of just take a back seat in our life experience, meaning we are just going through, just performing the duties we're supposed to, there's a sense that intuitively there may be a yearning that presents itself. There may be a clarity of the realization as to the role that you're in now and the bigger picture for that role, whether it's in your family, whether it's in your work environment, whether it's in your community even. So keep that in mind as you have the courage to surrender your attachment to results and kind of take your hands off the wheel. It's almost like if we all collectively take our hands off the wheel for a moment this week and we just fulfill our basic duties, that a bigger picture is going to come in for us. Now, it'll come in on an individual level for each one of us, but if we allow that image, we allow that intuitive calling to come in as a collective on a higher level, I think we will all kind of have that spotlight of this is the way things are going. This is the bigger path for yourself. This is, it can be where, for instance, this could be in your work experience, and you do kind of take a back seat. You just, you do your work to the best of your ability. You listen to your manager or the company, and this could be like where the following week, all of a sudden, your company comes to you and says, we got so used to hearing from you during our meeting. we were used to you kind of helping us, sometimes maybe troubleshoot through a new initiative because you'd always have something to say or a comeback about it, or you'd come into our office afterwards when we push forward a new initiative with all of the things that maybe weren't quite right. And we missed you doing that last week. And it made us realize that you're really integral to the policy making in this company, and we would really like to extend a hand to elevate you into that role within the company. I mean, it could be something literally like that. It could be the same thing in your role within your home life, where you kind of take a step back, you just, take the kids to school, you put food on the table, you clean the house, and at the end of the week, your spouse comes in and says, oh my gosh, I haven't realized how much you do on a day-to-day basis. It's just shocking and amazing and lovely. And, I really think I think that there needs to be either a better distribution. Maybe I can help out more. It could be like maybe where you've been stressed up until this point, but this week you just kind of submit to it. There's a sense of submitting, which is very interesting. It could be where your significant other's like, let's go on a vacation. It's a really interesting energy, but there's a sense of with us kind of submitting, with us kind of moving on faith, with us just really kind of bringing our focus back to ourself in the moment, that there's going to be a broader purpose kind of called up in front of us that will come from within, but it'll be recognized from without. So keep that in mind. All right, everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead. I think before I go, I'm just going to pull a couple clarifiers for the By the Book, just to leave us with one little additional message, and then we'll wrap it up. But I hope you all have a wonderful week of just moving in faith. Oh, I love it. Well, there we go. The two most positive cards in the tarot. We have the Ten of Cups and the Lovers. So yes, there's something here about submitting with full faith that it's almost like doing your duty with joy and a feeling of love and connection to everyone, not just to your family, not just to your workplace, not just to your community, but there's a sense that when we all kind of step into that place, that there is this waiting for the entire collective. The Ten of Cups, true happiness, heart's fulfillment, happy family, having enough abundance to share with others. And then the Lovers, choosing to take action from what we love, choosing what we love over everything. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Faith that this is the ultimate order of things. Okay, I will leave it there. I hope we all together have a wonderful week of kind of going with the flow, and that we all really get a chance to experience something kind of unexpected but in alignment with our soul's purpose by the end of the week. All right, everyone. I will see you in the next collective reading. Bye.